the kiddos that were playing taps because they were up at the city hall. But
right,
yeah,
in the dark,
in the dark
shade.
Yes, but it sounded wonderful. It was awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, more coffee.
Yeah, you can never have enough coffee. That's a rule.
Do you drink it black?
I do most of the time, but sometimes I'll put some cream or whatever in there.
Something fun.
Yeah, but most of the time, just give me coffee.
Yeah, to wake up.
Yeah, what is it? Give me coffee or give me death? Didn't that the great Patrick Henry said that?
I don't know.
I don't think he's remembered for that version of the phrase.
Right?
I think it was give me liberty or give me death.
Oh, but they changed it to coffee?
Yes, they did.
Cool.
We had that discussion yesterday. You ever have a conversation with somebody and they go, and they told me that you need to do this, or they told me you need to do that. So when you said that, it got me thinking of a conversation we had yesterday with Lana's mother.
Uh-huh.
And we were talking about something, and she said, they said, what did they say about this? And we're like, who are they?
Yeah.
You have to be more specific. They can't be you can't just throw they out. There has to be somebody specific that you're talking about. So.
Yeah, my husband has a hard time with that. He says it a lot.
Oh, he does?
Yes.
Well,
and then he gets very mad at me whenever I question, well, who? Who are you talking about?
Them.
Well, that's what I heard. Oh. It's on Facebook, right? So it's true.
They said this, yeah.
Yeah, then I dig myself into a hole and I get in more trouble.
Speaking of getting into trouble, we were listening to Big Nate. He was doing his show Sunday afternoon. We ran up to Albuquerque and came back in one day.
Oh.
And
it's a long day.
Nate had taken his kid to Albuquerque and had driven back Sunday morning. Mm-hmm. But they had stayed overnight. They went up to one of the amusement parks up there in Albuquerque on Saturday. Decided to stay Saturday night, drive back Sunday morning so he could do a show Sunday afternoon. They come out of their hotel, all the doors wide open. His car had been broken into and everything in the car was stolen.
Was there a lot in there?
His company cell phone.
Oh,
his work phone was in there. And he said a trophy that his son had gotten at some basketball thing. He says the trophy itself wasn't worth anything, but, what were they thinking when they went through and rifled through everything in his car and took that trophy? What did they think that was worth? Right. So
my sister and brother-in-law live in Roswell, and their kiddos just finished baseball season. And it's their first time that they did this tournament, and they placed in the tournament. They got second place. And they're both at that age. They're about 18 months apart, and so sometimes they're on the same team, and sometimes the older one is on the next team up. So it just depends on, the year. Anyway, this year they're on the same team. So they both get a ring. Instead, they don't, I guess they give rings out now instead of trophies, right?
Okay.
So they get this big old giant silver whatever with all these little crystals in it, right?
Yeah.
They come running in telling their mom, oh my gosh, I can sell this ring for $12,000. And she is like, really? How did you find this out? Well,
they told
us that it's real silver and these are real diamonds. So it's $12,000.
Wow.
And then they proceeded to say the first place team, we looked at their rings and you can tell that they painted it gold. It's not real. Ours are real silver.
That's funny.
She's just eating it up. She's like, oh, okay. Well, that is amazing. Then they hand her the ring so she can look at it. And she's like, Mom of the Year over here, ends up dropping the ring on accident.
No.
Right? And apparently it's like a magnetic plate. That's all there is that's on the top of it. So the magnetic plate comes off and she thinks she's broken it. So she's super scared. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Did the kids see this happen?
They did.
Okay, so they're watching.
She's like, it was the older one. She's like, he just had these tears welled up in his eyes and he's like, it's okay, Mom. And she's like, oh my gosh. And so anyways, come to find out, it was just needed to be put back on. It was a magnet. It's okay. And so I guess that added to the value of that. Wow, these diamonds, you can just take this off and you can sell the diamonds, Oh my gosh, what a story. So yes, it is not only valuable to his heart, but wow, apparently it's worth $12,000.
Well, you'd hate to have that ring, for $12,000 stolen.
Super Bowl ring, I guess.
But I mean, how many people go to Albuquerque and have those kinds of stories? We went up there. We had 2 places to go to. We went to the first place, and we were fortunate that we were able to park, right in front of where we were going.
Yeah.
And then we went to a hamburger place, and we sat out on the patio so we could keep an eye
on the car. Yeah.
On the car.
I mean, it happens so often, but to me, I don't keep anything in my car. Besides my registration and insurance, I guess. But I just don't have. They can look through my windows all they want, but I don't think they're going to see. I mean, I have a little trash can bag thing hanging behind my seat, but I always tell that anyone who rides in my car, I'm like, grab everything, unload every time we leave.
Yeah. No, that's what you have to do to.
But sometimes if you're on a vacation like that, you have to have stuff in the car. You've got your luggage and your suit, whatever, all the things. So it's probably why they targeted the hotels. Sure.
And then we had the discussion about that. And then I remind myself, but where did Lana's car get stolen?
Artesia.
From her driveway at our house.
Right. Well, it's everywhere, I guess, right?
It is, but it's kind of sad. Hey, let's take a break. We come back. Jessica's here. We'll talk chamber chat.
You got it.
And a whole lot more coming up next.
We always hear about how busy the